Hello. This presentation will discuss the Major Streets Study under the City of Toronto's Expanding Housing Options in Neighborhoods initiative. Specifically, this presentation will explain what major streets are in the context of this study. In an effort to provide a full range of housing options to Torontonians across the city has embarked on the Expanding Housing Options in Neighborhoods initiative, or EHON for short. The goal of EHON is to review opportunities to provide the introduction of gentle intensification within the neighborhoods. For the Major Streets Study, the study will specifically look at opportunities for intensification along our major streets. Major streets are transportation corridors which provide connectivity across the city and support surface transportation, shipping, and delivery routes. Major streets are identified on Map 3 of the official plan, which shows the width of these streets. Major streets vary in terms of width, speed, and adjacent land uses. The vast majority of major streets on Map 3 are major and minor arterial roads. However, they can range from collector roads that are 20 meters wide with only 2 travel lanes, such as Middlevale Road, to busy arterial roads that are 36 meters with up to 6 travel lanes, such as Finch Avenue. To understand the city's EHON Major Streets initiative, we also need to discuss land use designations. The city's official plan divides the entire city into various land uses, which establishes the general uses that are allowed in each designation. It describes where housing should be built, where stores, offices, and industries should be located, and where a mix of uses are desired. It is an important implementation tool for achieving the city's vision by encouraging growth to occur in certain parts of the city over others. Lands within the neighborhood's designation contain residential uses within lower-scale buildings, as well as parks, schools, local institutions, and small-scale stores serving the needs of area residents. These neighborhoods make up approximately 35% of the city's lands. However, existing city policies leave little opportunities for housing types that are a little more dense or a little more tall within these neighborhoods. Major streets, shown in blue, represent 1,217.5 km of roadway, which equals to 2,435 km of frontage. Approximately 10% of this frontage is comprised of properties designated neighborhood. The properties shown in brown are the lots that are designated neighborhood and also fronts onto a major street. They do not include areas subject to additional growth promoting policies, such as lands within the city's avenues, centers, site and area specific policies, secondary plans, and major transit station areas. These are the properties that the EHON Major Street Study is proposing to permit additional housing options. So you may be asking, why major streets? There are a number of reasons why it is appropriate to increase housing options along major streets. First, development along major streets would be closer and therefore have better access to transit as well as other services and community facilities. Additionally, properties along major streets act as a transition between more intense land uses and more sensitive land uses. As such, they provide unique opportunities to accommodate buildings of a gently larger scale within the neighborhoods. Through EHON's Multiplex initiative, additional permissions have recently been achieved within the neighborhoods as of May 2023, allowing for duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes across all neighborhoods throughout the city. However, further gentle intensification along major streets is not consistently permitted through existing zoning. For reference, the zoning for more than 50% of lots in neighborhoods along major streets only permits residential detached dwellings. As such, there are opportunities to clarify the role of major streets in the city's growth management strategy and to permit more housing options along major streets within these neighborhoods by gentle upzoning.
The streetscape characters along major streets on Map 3 are diverse. The right-of-way width, pavement width from curb to curb, the number and types of travel lanes, speed limits, surrounding land uses, the built form on both sides of the street, and landscaping all contribute to the feel and function of a major street. Major street segments abutting neighborhoods range from planned right-of-way widths of 20 meters to more than 45 meters, and the number of travel lanes range from 2 to 6. Speed limits on major street segments abutting neighborhoods range from 30 kilometers per hour up to 60 kilometers per hour. The character is also influenced by the land uses and built form on the opposite side of the street, which may also be a low-rise residential neighborhood or another land use designation, such as apartment neighborhoods, mixed-use areas, or employment areas. The relationship of the buildings to the major street, whether they face toward it, flank it, or face away from it, also influences the streetscape character. The following 6 examples provide a snapshot of some of the diversity of our major streets and neighborhoods. Warden Avenue, just south of Highway 401 in Scarborough, is a busy major arterial with a planned right-of-way width of 36 meters and a speed limit of 50 kilometers per hour. General employment land uses, such as an auto collision center and self-storage facility, are located on the opposite side of the street. This broad right-of-way has 5 travel lanes plus additional road widening to accommodate 2 bus bays. Like Warden Avenue, this segment of Bayview Avenue in North York is a major arterial with a 36-meter right-of-way and 5 travel lanes. However, in this scenario, both sides of this segment of Bayview Avenue are designated neighborhoods and have low-rise residential uses. This wide segment of Martin Grove Boulevard in Etobicoke, just south of Steeles Avenue West, is another broad street, also with a speed limit of 50 kilometers per hour. This segment of Martin Grove Boulevard is classified as a minor arterial. However, it feels similar to a major arterial due to its speed and breadth. Martin Grove Boulevard has a planned right-of-way of 27 meters, although the existing right-of-way at this location is broader at about 44 meters. Fences line both sides of the street, separating the major street from the residential neighborhoods behind them. Here, on this segment of Rogers Road between Caledonia and Oakwood, approximately 3/4 of the lots are flanking lots, meaning that they are corner properties that face onto local streets. Rogers Road is a minor arterial road with a right-of-way of 20 meters and a speed limit of 40 kilometers per hour. The road accommodates 4 travel lanes, including the bike lanes, plus parking on one side of the street. This segment of Lumsden Avenue in East York is also a minor arterial road with a 20-meter right-of-way. The speed limit here is 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Most uses along Lumsden Avenue are residential, although there are some commercial uses such as this corner store. The paved area of this minor arterial is narrow and has only 2 travel lanes. Unlike the previous examples, which were major or minor arterial roads, this segment of Meadowvale Road in Scarborough, south of Highway 2A, is classified as a collector. It feels quieter. The planned right-of-way width is 27 meters, but there are only 2 travel lanes. There is no lane division marked, only one side of the street has a sidewalk, and unlike the others, this segment does not have public transit. In summary, there is a diverse range of character on major streets and neighborhoods across the City of Toronto.
Thank you for your interest in the Expanding Housing Options in Neighborhoods initiative along major streets. There is an opportunity to attend open houses and/or webinars in October 2023. You can also find a survey where you can share your thoughts and feedback. For more information about expanding housing options in neighborhoods along major streets, feel free to visit our website at www.toronto.ca/major streets or contact us via email at ehon@toronto.ca.